Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And say hello to my fabulous co host, the one and only Val of Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling. And welcome to Messages for Lightworkers, episode 122.
122. That is, wow,
122. I know.
amazing. Amazing.
I know. It never fails to amaze me, and I'm always grateful that it does.
Yeah, me too.
It's like
Me
a
too.
little uplift, a little surprise, a little
It is because we never know what they're going to come through and want to talk about
exact.
until like just before the show. And the topics are always beautiful and mindful. We may circle
Yes,
around and revisit topics and say it in a different way because that's how they teach that way. That's how they talk
exactly.
about things, and they revisit so that we hear it in a different way. Maybe that day we hear something new.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, that we need to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. e- Exactly. Exactly. And two, don't forget, you guys, and thank you for joining us. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Carol Berner. Nice to see you here. Um, a lot of people will watch the videos on replay.
Yes.
You don't always catch the lives, which is fine.
Yes. That's fine.
So by circling back, um, there might be someone who needs to hear the message the second time around the way that it's presented,
Mhm.
and they would have missed had it come through the first time, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
it's always fabulous.
It is. It is. No matter what, when you watch, you're always getting that energy of that group synergy, and you're part of it.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And hello, Kelly, Mystic Next Door. Nice to see you here. And Arlene Forney, Mousy is here. Tiffany Tisdale, hello, hello. Kim W, hey, from Texas. Hey, from Alberta. We're often referred to as the Texas of the North in Alberta because, oil and all that good stuff. So, yeah. And besides, I've been to Texas and it's lovely. It's
absolutely.
San Antonio, the Riverwalk. Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, do share with us, Val. What did you get for today?
Well, mine was really weird because I was in meditation asking the guides, what do you want to bring in? What do you want to talk about today? And they said, everything around you as a collective, us, is far afield. Far afield. I don't say that. They said far afield from where you need to be. So I asked them, can you give me more about what that means? And they said, concentrating on things that are not helping you is a distraction, a momentary distraction. Like, for instance, I might be watching a story on YouTube. They have those stories, a lot of narrated stories about this or that or the other thing, fun little things that can let your mind wander. Just for myself, for instance. But it's really about refocusing on what you wish to see and actually embodying that or bringing it in. And that was a pretty clear message. And it really coincides with the sisters and the mystical tarot message from
Yeah,
yesterday that, you might have relationships all around you, and there might be things that are not in the perfect synergy with those people because everybody's shifting and changing. We're not all cookie cutters of each other. And
exactly.
energetically, what resonates and harmonizes together. So it's all about that harmony, all about that harmonizing energies together. So
Yes.
embodying and being in your own divine energy. Don't waste your energy with distractions. Well, occasionally you can, because I do. But I mean, Not all the time. Not all the time.
We're human.
We need some downtime, with, a little. Yeah, you got to drink your chai tea and listen to something, right?
Exactly.
So some of it has to just be fun stuff that, like the dog and cat stuff. I mean, that's primary
I know.
material. You got to go to that. So
I just finished watching for a few minutes before I came on. People, watching their pets when they have a camera set up in the house and they're gone. Yeah. And, the dog is doing something. And the dog was on top of the table, the dining room table. And the woman said, Max, get off the table. I can see you. And the dog is like, where is she?
Where is she saying that from? How does she know? Where's the camera?
Exactly. It was just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Hello, Celtics here. Nice to see you here. And Suzanne wanted to know, did I get rain or snow or hail in Calgary? No, we didn't. But I'll tell you, all morning it was kind of overcast and not too warm, not as nice as it was yesterday. So
yeah. Well, that's good though. I mean, it's good you aren't having hail and all that stuff right now.
I know,
because it's almost May.
I know. It's, you know what? And we have had snow in July in Calgary, so nothing is out of bounds for Calgary in particular, because we're kind of in a valley and with the mountains and we get some weird things.
Right. So, and I just wanted to say I did pull a few cards, and it's interesting. It says flow with the rhythm. Flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. So that's just flowing in that higher vibe. You're not in that distraction, but you are actually moving to that soul's connection. Choose yourself today. So what are we doing when we're looking at distractions or whatever? We're actually going outside of ourselves and giving our energy away to this, that, or the other thing. Let's face it, that's what we're doing. So don't deny yourself your importance. So if you have things that you could get done that are actually going to enrich your reason for being here and whatever platform that is that you share with everyone, be it YouTube or whatever, website, whatever you've got going that you connect with everyone, going to the library, even whatever you do, that is about not denying yourself your importance and speak with kindness to yourself.
Yes. So
that ego mind, it's good. It's there. It helps us another time. But that whispering ego mind that become aware of how you speak to yourself. Become aware of it. Really. Yes. And you might stop and go, wow, I'm saying that to myself.
I know.
I left that behind a long time ago. Well, you know what?
And sometimes we say things to ourselves that we would never say to our best friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yet we do.
We do. And being honest with yourself about everything, your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. So when your ego mind is saying things that are self-defeating or, oh, wouldn't this be nice to just cozy here and we're just going to listen to this thing or listen to that thing, stop for a minute and see if that's in your best interest.
Exactly.
Because it sounds like a sweet thing. Oh, okay. I'll just, like you're talking nice to yourself, but maybe it's taking you away from doing that video on YouTube or whatever. I mean, it's a fine edge, folks. It's a fine edge.
But you're reading my mind, girl.
It's a fine edge. So trust the guidance you are receiving. So when you get that inner knowing that oh yeah, I could be doing XYZ, and that would power me through to get to here or to there. Is it that bridge you need to take to get to the next phases, or is sitting there listening to that just keeping you still and
Yes.
not letting you move forward? I mean, sure, there are times when we are in a holding phase just to kind of regroup and recalibrate. And you'll know when that is. You'll know when that is, and you'll feel it. So, yeah, Marina, what have you got?
Well, mine pretty much echo yours. And just quickly, hello to Joan Baker and Maureen D'Amico. Nice to see you guys. And before I forget, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go over to Val's channel. Make sure that you do the same thing over on her channel. Look into membership. Look into booking a reading. All that good stuff. So absolutely, go ahead and do that. And hello, Carl.
No.
Okay, so here's what I got, and I pulled from the Soul's Journey Oracle, and the first card that I got out was Pride. And pride is, I know myself and I see myself in everyone. Yeah, exactly. That is, we are all part of each other. It's the body is made up of thousands of little parts. So think of that. And when one part doesn't work, it does affect the others. So
Yeah.
Absolutely know that you're part of that. And then to kind of echo what we talked about yesterday, I got relationships.
Yes.
And this talks about, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Those are the people that we concentrate on. Those are the people that we build relationships with. They are part of our community. Like all of you are part of our community. We do things for each other to raise each other's vibration so that we can feel that we are part of the one source.
Right.
And then I got denial. And denial is, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness.
I love
So
that.
yes, as we go through those times when we know we should be doing something else,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just easier not to go ahead with something because we may be feeling a little, yes, I should be putting out another YouTube video. I should be doing that. But you know what? I'm not sure exactly on what I would be reading on. So I'll think about it tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. I so relate.
Yes. And the big one, acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change.
Mm.
And that is, we've all heard that before, right?
Yeah.
We've said it to ourselves, we've said it to others. And sometimes we need to be reminded that it is not our job to save everyone.
Exactly.
We all have a duty to save ourselves, to look after ourselves. And when everybody does that, excuse me, with the highest goal for everyone in mind, we all succeed.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I love that.
Yeah, I think that they very much mirror what you were saying.
They really do. And
Yes.
And mirror again, like last week, they do carry the theme of some of the things we were talking about on Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. And I just want to say that I personally could use that divine will activation, that will that fires us up instead of getting distracted in the things around me that are entertaining and that, there's a time for that. Don't get
There
me
is.
wrong.
There
I
is.
gotta watch. There's a Hallmark series, One Calls the Heart. Gotta see that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't miss it. Can't
Yes.
miss the
Yeah.
Canadian Royal Mountie stuff.
They are handsome. And it's funny. Now, Celtic Seer said, yeah, Mars moves into Leo tomorrow. So you may feel your energy beginning to pick up.
Yes.
Mars does better in a fire sign. So yeah, if we've been feeling, a little, I don't know,
like
maybe
yes.
we're affected by the planets. So, maybe that was our time to just kind of, take a little breather. And now we're going to start.
Yeah. And it's good to see where the fire is in your
Yes.
in your chart, because like I have Moon in Aries, so I should be all fired up, running around. And I do feel the activation, but you know how it's coming out? It's coming out in a little bit of impatience with my husband on this project or that project,
Yes.
because I'm not channeling it in the way for myself, for me to create, which is a good example of using that energy in a way in which you don't want to use it. You want to use it to bring forward what you want to create, because it's creative fire.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there you are.
Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say, astrologically, it really affects all of us. Absolutely. And I have Mars in Sagittarius, but somehow I'm not good at astrology, but you got to find where it's transiting in your chart to know what it's hitting and what house it's hitting. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I'll for those of you that are thinking about that, and wondering sometimes, just to get a heads up on what energy is coming your way, it's a lot easier to identify it when it happens. And then you've got the tools in hand on what you can do, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
hello, Jane. And Celtic Seer, you can let us know if you do astrological charts.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Yeah, throw it in there. Maybe people can reach out to you.
I would, because I certainly don't know. I'm just a very basic novice at it. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All
right, sweetheart. Then you put your link in the description, and people can write it down and they can go visit you. And another one, and I'll give a plug out to, and that is Michelle Marie of Astrological Tarot. She does the Vedic astrology,
and it's really amazing.
It is
very comprehensive.
Yes.
You'll walk away.
Yes.
It'll take you 3 months to digest the impact of it.
Yeah. Exactly. But at least someone is leading you through it and explaining things. And then, you can look at it and go, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, yeah, absolutely. And Suzanne says, astrology is clear as mud to me.
Suzanne, I have to say, I am 100% on board with me understanding it and trying to read it and understand how you're supposed to read it. I am in mud. But then I go to somebody like the cool crone, Colleen.
Yes.
Colleen is unbelievable. I had a reading with her as well. And she is so crystal clear.
Yes.
In weaving together the lay language that we can all understand.
Yes.
How this will impact you. Because there are so many contradictions when you read your own chart. Well, you're this and you're that, but down here this negates all that because it's that and that and that.
Yes.
And somehow a good astrologer is able to tell you how it works for you, because this modifies this and this accentuates that. And you might have a little block
Yes.
with some of your communication style and blah, 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 blah. But this softens it. I mean, they'll tell you a lot of things that will help you understand why you're the way you are and how you can move through some of those things to understand. And maybe when you want to lay low and don't want to communicate,
Yes.
and maybe when your best times are to really get center stage. So yeah,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
anyway,
So it's well worth it. It's well worth it. And I know that, everyone is concerned
Suzanne,
about finances and how am I going to, well, it would cost me X number of dollars. You know what? When you think in the run of 3
Yeah.
months or 6 months, you're going to spend that money without even thinking about it on something absolutely ridiculous and disposable.
I think that all the time, and I realize, wow, I could have done this.
Yes.
I just, I mean, and I have to say, Suzanne says Hogarth did my chart, but he's too smart for me.
Yeah.
You really, it's, I'm sure he's excellent. In fact, I've watched him before. You definitely want somebody who can dumb it down for my level.
Yes. Yes.
Let's say a novice level.
Yeah.
So,
I don't always understand the trines and the squares and the sextiles. And just tell me how it's going to affect me.
all I know is a trine is good. A square is a difficulty. An opposition, opposition doesn't have to be that bad. It just creates a dynamic. You have to understand these things, but that's all I know. I don't know how to apply them or how they work.
Yes. Yeah.
But
so
anyway,
there you go, you guys. You go over
to
Celtic Seer's channel, and she does Western astrology. I think most people are familiar with Western astrology.
It's good to get both. So I got mine from Colleen the Cool Crone. That's Western astrology, which for me was beautiful. And I got the Vedic from Michelle Marie of astrologicaltarot.com. And she's also got the YouTube channel. And I have to say, they were both outstanding in giving me information I could use. And you get a video from both of them. You can go over it and listen to it and listen to it.
Yes.
So it's well worth it in this time of our lives to have something to steer. And even getting readings, getting readings like from Marina, Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com book a reading, because that is insightful information on a whole nother level or layer of all of that. So you understand the complexities and dynamics from the astrology, and Marina would come in and give you the details that you want to know about those things in your life and insights that can help you.
So, Thank you, Val. And, while we're doing the Mutual Admiration Society, you see Val about an Akashic reading. Because you know what? These are all tools, different modalities, different tools that you can put in your tool chest. And it just gives you more of an understanding of what's going on, right? Absolutely. It's like someone giving you a basic cookbook. This is how you boil water, this is how you make this, versus a cookbook that has a lot more information in it, a lot more recipes, a lot more different things that you can try. It enhances your cooking ability. Of course
it really does. Of course it does. And that's a beautiful analogy for how it all works together. Exactly. And why getting information, it may just be a confirmation that you're getting in what you already are intuiting, but there's something, I don't care what level of reader you are, you like to go to somebody and get that confirmation once in a while. It's a good feeling to have somebody come back to you and say, so I'm really clear with what my guides are telling me. So that is why you really go, is to hear that. And most of the time you're not in the dark. You know, but you don't know. You aren't sure.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Celtic
Yeah.
seer. Thank you. It's
Thank you.
true. When all of this coming together really helps everyone to understand and navigate this earth
Mm-hmm.
school.
Yeah.
So
And those things are there for a reason, right?
yeah.
The universe has provided everything that we need to kind of move forward. It's, but it, it doesn't always hand it to us on a silver platter and say, here, right? We learned the lesson.
Rarely does.
Yeah.
You have to look for the synchronicities, look for the messages, understand. Oh, Marina's frozen. You have to understand, what is happening, what is coming through, so that you can use it in your life. And that's really paying attention to everything. And that's something that we all do. We all do. When our guides and angels are talking to us, we understand their messages. And sometimes we implement it and sometimes we don't. But I have to say, it is something that all of us are moving more and more toward, just moving from our souls and functioning from that soul level. It doesn't mean our ego goes away. Our ego doesn't go away. And sometimes the voice is so subtle, you really have to pay. What did you say? Because it can sound like, oh, let's just sit down and watch this cat video 10 times instead of doing readings for people. It's kind of like that. And so
What happened?
I don't know, but I was just talking away telling everybody that the ego can get really quiet and you might not even realize it anymore. After you've been doing it a long time, but it doesn't go away. So you really have to really pay attention, resensitize yourself to what you're saying to yourself, but it won't sound like you're saying something to yourself. When you've been doing it many years, it'll just maybe be a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel like putting myself out there and doing that video today. Well, yeah, that can be the subtle ego kind of pulling you down a different way. So
Totally.
just so you know.
Hello, Garnet.
And Suzanne says, I am an ego buster now.
Yes.
But I have something for you all, and it's a short guided meditation, divine fire of the solar plexus with Sekhmet. So the goddess Sekhmet, the Egyptian goddess Sekhmet. Yes. She is really a beautiful divine feminine, very fiery, kind of like, we'll just say like Pele, like Kali, like, let's say she's a divine warrior goddess in that way. Yes. So she's going to come in with her divine fire and help us. So if you're driving, do not do this.
Yes.
So we're going to just get relaxed, and we're going to take a deep breath in and imagine light filling your heart with energy, taking that deep breath in, holding it at the top for just a few beats, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth. And one more deep breath in, holding that breath in for a few beats and exhaling through your mouth. And the last breath in, holding it at the top and exhaling. Breathe deeply and gently into your belly, into your center. Begin to feel the energy gathering in your core, letting your body soften, letting your mind become still. Feel the warmth glowing within your solar plexus, the energy center located just above the navel. With each breath, feel this space begin to glow, a golden sun awakening inside of you. This is your personal seat of power, the flame of your divine will. Now imagine yourself standing in the desert sands of ancient Egypt. The sun blazes above, mirroring the fire awakening within you. In the distance, a powerful figure approaches, radiant, fierce, and majestic. It is Sekhmet, the lioness goddess, a guardian of the solar fire, an initiator of divine will. She stands before you now, her golden eyes penetrating your soul, seeing all that you are and all that you are becoming. Beloved one, she says, I see your light. I see the strength that lies within. I am here to ignite the fire of your divine will, not for domination but for creation, for harmony, for your sacred purpose on earth. Sekhmet raises her right hand, and from it pours a stream of golden fire, pure, luminous, and alive with divine intelligence. She places it gently at your solar plexus. Feel the heat, not burning, but cleansing, activating, and empowering. With this fire, she says, I awaken the divine spark of your will. Let it burn away doubt, fear, and hesitation. Let it illuminate your path forward. You are now aligned with your higher will, the will of your soul, guided by divine wisdom and love. The golden fire expands within your core, swirling and spinning, activating codes of ancient purpose and inner courage. Breathe into it. Let it integrate. Let it recalibrate your choices, your voice, your presence in the world. Divine will alignment. I align my will with divine will. I move forward in strength and courage and harmony. I am here to create my divine plan on earth. Through Sekhmet's fire, I reclaim my power and use it for good. Sekhmet smiles, proud and serene. She touches your forehead, and a golden signal or sigil of divine will imprints itself. So it's a symbol imprinting itself, your unique mark of empowered creation, integration, and return through the deserts as they begin to fade. And Sekhmet steps back into the golden light, always with you, always watching. You return now to your breath, your body, to this moment. Feel the warmth still pulsing in your solar plexus. You are renewed, reconnected, and reborn in purpose. Take a breath in and fully exhale, wiggling your toes and fingers, and when you are ready, open your eyes. You are the embodiment of divine fire.
Oh, girl.
Thank you, Goddess Sekhmet.
Yes.
Because Sekhmet has been coming to me like crazy, so we're We're
Oh,
grabbing onto that Sekhmet energy.
absolutely. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. And hello, Viviani, Angel Rivera. Nice to see you here. Oh, excellent. And Chi Pasmi, hello. And
Very,
Viviani just subscribed to Celtics here.
oh,
Yay!
very good.
Yay! Yes, Suzanne. Yeah, I can feel it in the solar plexus. Like when Val was talking, and I could hear kind of behind me and to the side, I am woman, hear me roar. And that's
Yeah.
yes, yes, yeah. And it comes from a center of self-awareness without being aggressive, without being
Forceful. It isn't about
yes.
forcefulness.
It's like
It's about still power. That
yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely. Ah, fabulous. that
Okay.
that is wonderful. And I'm also reminded that what is the part of what we are talking about, and I'm not a I'm not a traditionally religious person.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
However, we are going into the Easter weekend
Mm-hmm.
when we are. There's a lot of people that are going to be talking about the resurrection and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it from the point of view of Jesus being the first light worker, or one of the first light workers, I'm sure that there were others before him. We just haven't identified really who they are yet. And know that you can shift your energy. You can be reborn in any way that is going to serve your higher purpose, whatever that might be.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, the idea of standing in your power, yeah, it has nothing to do with domination and
It
everything
doesn't.
to do
Yeah.
with acceptance.
And I have to say another thing about calling in like Goddess Sekhmet or
Yes.
Master Sekhmet or any of these, they're all you because
Yes.
we're all one in the body of God. So in that divine source energy. So you're really, you think of it as a template, think of it as an aspect of the energy. Think of it like that, however you want. So you're bringing in that which you need. You need that fire, that divine will that she represents. You bring that energy in, just like you bring an ancestral energy in or anything else that you want to embody. It is simply claiming that inside of you and activating it. And
Yes.
yeah, that's all you need to do. Really, right, Marina?
Absolutely. It sounds easy, and that's because it is. Most things that move you forward absolutely are. It's
That's
we
the
who tend
secret.
to think,
The
yes,
hidden
yeah,
secret is, yeah, it was always easy. We
yes,
think there's some big scientific mumbo jumbo, blah, 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 you need to say to do blah, blah, blah. No.
yes.
Even
And you
access
need to go
the
through
culture.
an
Yeah.
intermediary,
Yeah.
and there needs to be this ceremony that goes with it, and da 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 da.
No, it's really, you call it in and I do my own initiations for myself all the time. I
Yes,
recalibrate, I initiate, I
yes,
call in energies that I feel like I need. And yeah, you're embodying that, you're calling it in. And that was one thing. What you're going to get from this is confidence to move forward. What sometimes we feel like we have lack. We're lacking
yes,
certain elements of what we need to bring forward. Even the imposter syndrome stuff,
yes.
all of that feeling of, am I really bringing it? you're already you. You're already this divine source being. But that
Exactly.
ego voice is so quiet, it just makes you feel a certain way. It's not that you even have to hear the voice.
Yeah.
You
You
get the
just know.
feeling. You get the feeling of,
Yes.
and that,
Absolutely.
how do you work with that? Your divine will in your solar plexus, your divine fire. Call in Sekhmet for that initial burst of that divine will energy, and she will come. She
Absolutely.
will come and hold
Absolutely.
your hands and fill you up with that divine fire energy that you need. So that's just
Yep.
something you can do. Yeah, we're the ones who complicate things, right, Suzanne?
Yes.
Yeah.
And hello, Mary Starshine and Anita K. Thank you. Thank you for, and Shelley Bagnoli. Thank you for joining us and for being here. And I'll just remind you guys once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Um, I'm going to be celebrating 4 years of Heart Centered Tarot
Wow.
on the 24th, April 24th. And I
Wow.
would really, really like to reach 5,500 subscribers. For some reason, I've lost about 50. I have no idea, but you know what? It's you can't
Sometimes,
get
yeah,
attached to that number because that's all it is.
it's just a number.
It's just a
It's
number.
going to fluctuate up and down anyway,
Yes.
but you're going to get more subscribers. So don't
Yes.
even worry about it. It's growing all the time. You started out, and remember when you had 47 and you were so excited?
Yes. Oh,
47 people are watching me.
Chris, look, 50 subscribers.
Subscribe to me.
50. Can you believe it?
So going back to that perspective and looking at where you are, it's like, I there's a lot of subscribers.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you know what? Each and every one of you you are part of this community, whether you're part of the Lightworker community, whether you realize it or not. If you weren't, you would have come into this channel, you would have said, oh yeah, a lot of woo-woo, and you would have left. If you have stayed for more than 1 minute, you're resonating with what we're telling you. So that makes you a light worker. There is something that that we are sharing with you that you can kind of feel internally.
Yeah.
And like Val said, ego tends to yell. It's very loud. Spirit is very quiet. It tends to whisper.
Yeah. So you really have to pay attention.
Yeah. So you need to pay attention to hear what spirit is saying. But ego, oh no. It's right. Who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? YouTube channel? Are you out of your mind? Who's going to listen to you?
But you think it's you talking to yourself? No,
Yes.
it's your ego slapping you up one side and down the other. Go sit down and drink some coffee somewhere. You're not going to be doing this.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
But when you go, oh, yeah, I am, and you sit down and just do it, you move through so many blocks and hurdles that you set up for yourself that you're propelling yourself forward by leaps and bounds. I like Suzanne says, woo-woo is my jam, and I intend to spread it.
Right on. Yes, absolutely.
With the woo.
Absolutely.
I am big on woo-woo.
Me too.
But
Me
too,
honest.
you do have to pull it down and anchor it into 3D and talk about how we actually utilize it, like we've been doing on Lightworkers for all this time, these 122 episodes. Because if you don't crystallize it down here and say step by step by step, it'll all sound like airy fairy.
Yes.
And someday we'll get there. Yeah, we are already here.
Yeah.
We're already doing it. And so just don't think that because one day you are having a day where your ego's going, oh, you can't do that, or you have some lack of confidence, or you feel like, Oh, I'm not so certain. You know, when you stretch outside your limits and you start to feel uncomfortable, that's a really sweet place to be because you're doing something new.
It
You're
is.
going forward with something new. You're breaking your own boundaries. You're breaking your own boundaries. You feeling uncomfortable is excellent. Go with that.
Yes.
Keep doing it. Do more of it. And suddenly that'll be comfortable. Then you got to push some more, you'll move forward in different, you expand. Let's just say you don't
Totally.
contract. You don't
Totally.
contract. Yeah.
Just reminded of this
I know.
denial.
Denial.
Denial. I acknowledge my fears, but I replace them with insight of awareness. Yes, acknowledge your fears. This is something that
Yeah.
I need to drive 4 hours out of town into an area that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
You hesitate. It's you don't know what you're going to find there,
Yeah.
and so on. By doing it, you not only conquer a little bit of that fear, but you also realize that you're in control of your emotions. You're in control, and that fear is, it's maybe you can use it as a guidance system.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So don't forget. Yeah.
Yes.
Acknowledge your fears and accept.
Exactly.
Acceptance.
Exactly.
Yeah. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change.
That's right. Yeah. And Shelley is hearing exactly what she needs to hear. And I have to say,
perfect.
It's probably that feeling too, like I was saying about being uncomfortable when you do new things.
Yes.
And it's just like Marina said, after you go and you travel that road, you get comfortable with, how to get there from, it's like driving a path, creating a path. And suddenly that path is a nice highway, super highway even.
Yes.
You got this. But remember when you were so trepidatious, for instance, we'll just use myself, starting a channel and getting on, the first thing you start doing is looking at yourself. Oh, look at how awkward I was saying that. Or it's every little thing that you can pick apart. You've just got to go live and start talking. Yeah. Because don't even record it and look at it. Just go live and start talking, baby. So what does that tell you? Mm-hmm. Push forward and do it. Don't even do the inspection of what you're creating. Just get there and do it, because it's going to be awkward and weird in the beginning, but then you're going to get comfortable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then for me, the big thing is learning to conquer those fears, and to realize that the things that we imagine as being fearful they're never as bad in reality as they are in our imagination.
So true. So true. We make mountains out of molehills.
Yes.
And isn't it fun? Isn't it true that when you move through something, you go, oh gosh, that wasn't so bad. What was I so afraid of?
Exactly.
You always say that to yourself. You say, oh, that wasn't anything. Oh, I could do that a million times again. Yeah, that's what it is. So change is not that smooth feeling like a moonwalk. Right, Suzanne?
Yeah.
You're going to absolutely feel weird and out of sorts. And it's not your.
Sure. Yeah. The first time that we do anything that we haven't done before, there is some fear based in that, and that's kind of the ego mind trying to look after us, because that ego mind,
it's going to save us from
the saber-toothed tiger. Yeah, are you sure you want to go out that door, because there's a big one out there, right? So, but we can look. We can say, okay, I'm not going to run out of the cave. I'm going to approach the door and I'm going to take a peek. I'm just going to look.
I love that. Taking us right back to our caveman days, because basically it's that I hate to say reptilian brain, but
Yes.
it is that
I
brain,
know.
that fight or flight.
Yes.
And it's like programmed in as an automatic reaction to save us. But we don't need it anymore like that.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
necessary in that way.
No.
Uh,
But
I
it's
don't-
it is there, and we do need to use it. And I don't know if many of you remember, but a number of years ago, I had an experience that I mean, initially I stood in my power, and it wasn't until later when that the mind gets in there and you start thinking about all the things that could have happened and
yeah,
blah 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 blah,
yeah,
and that's kind of when the fear comes in.
yeah.
But yeah, I had stopped off at the local convenience store, and I don't even know what I was picking up anymore. And as I came out, this really nasty looking man came from behind the ice box, or
Yeah,
where you can buy the ice.
right.
And he held out a $20 bill,
Yeah.
and he said, "Excuse me, could you go in there and buy me a pack of cigarettes?" And I looked at him, and I just kind of stopped, and he continued. He said, "Yeah, I've been barred from the place. I can't go in there. But if you just go in and buy me a pack of cigarettes, you can keep the change." And everything inside of me said no. And so I went with it, and I said, "No." And he went ballistic. He called me every name under the sun, and on and on and on. And I don't know where the strength came from, but I just looked at him and I said, "Well, I've never been barred from a convenience store. So, no, no, I'm not doing that." And all of a sudden, he started to take a step towards me. And by that point, I was kind of, I
Yeah.
had the door to my car open. And as much as I wanted to kind of take a step back, I felt being pushed forward,
Mhm,
like
mhm,
stand taller.
mhm.
And he kept cursing, but he walked away. And I thought, okay, where did that come from? Like,
Your guardian angels keeping you on
yes,
the planet.
yes, exactly. And it's, yeah, in
Well,
thinking about it, um, yes, that the money could have been tainted, that I could have gone over and said, "Oh, sure, yeah, I'll do that for you," and reached out for it. What if he grabbed me?
mhm,
What Anything could have happened. It was,
mhm.
yeah, listening to the guidance that came in, and oh,
Oh,
excuse me,
goodness. God
yeah,
bless you.
God's honest truth.
Well,
Yeah,
that is quite an experience, I have to say. And I have not had that kind of experience on that level where somebody was taking steps toward me in that
yes,
confrontational
yeah,
kind of situation. But you were definitely guided, that inner guidance and your guardian angels there.
yes,
You literally, this was what he needed because he was just a scared little bunny rabbit, but you didn't know
yeah,
that. Uh, I mean,
exactly,
he could have escalated. You don't know. You don't know what,
exactly. And
when
it is
somebody gets barred, they
entirely
don't get
possible.
barred for nothing.
Yes. Yeah, it is entirely possible that maybe I made a mountain out of a molehill, and that really, he might have been thrown out because he was loud or something in there, and that's all he wanted was
I
just a
think
pack
he
of
probably
cigarettes.
was confrontational in some way,
Yes,
probably, because,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
um,
But
yeah,
it's yeah, when you stand in that power,
mhm.
having achieved it once, it's a lot easier to do it again.
Yeah, it
Right?
is.
The
It
first
is.
time, yeah, there is, thinking about it afterwards, there is the element of fear of what
Yeah,
could have happened,
yeah,
but I know what did happen.
yeah,
And I know that I stood tall. I know that it was no, there was a boundary there, and it was okay for me as a female
mhm,
to say no,
exactly.
because that went against everything that we're taught, right? Be
Yeah,
kind, be helpful,
yeah,
um, someone needs a hand, you get whatever. It's follow your intuition.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
So, that is why being quiet enough to listen to your guidance and have that
yes,
inner guidance system tell you what to do is important. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
important. And right, Suzanne, Marina showed strength. They had her stand up straight or
Yes.
pushing her forward a little. This
Yeah.
is showing, this is definitely shows alpha. Get
Yes.
out of here. Because
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah. You're going to come at me. You think you're
yeah,
going to come at me?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
bring it.
yeah,
Bring it. Let's see
exactly.
how this turns out.
Yeah, exactly. And of course,
Yeah.
obviously, they weren't able to bring it, or they weren't going to bring it then.
No, no, because I did not react the way that
I mean, but you don't know. He could have had a knife. He could have had anything, and just
anything.
so you obviously he did have something because they
Yes.
wouldn't have stepped in. And I feel like very strongly that was
Yes.
your guardian angels keeping you
Yes.
on the planet. So yeah,
Yes.
uh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm always grateful for that experience because yes, A, I was protected. B, the having gone through it once, I know I can access it again. And I
absolutely,
know that if
100%.
I have to be strong, yes, I can.
Absolutely, you
I can
can.
absolutely stand there. Yeah. And
Absolutely, you can.
yes, Maureen. Yeah. When the hairs on the back of
Yeah.
the neck stand
There,
up.
you get it. They give you the
Yes.
signal loud and clear. They get
Yes.
through to you to say, "Oh, something isn't right."
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah,
and you can access it. Each and every one of you can access it because each and every one of you is a light worker. You can do that.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
it's not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah,
So anyway, Val, what have you
yeah.
got happening on your channel over the next?
Uh,
Go ahead and tell us.
I don't. I don't really have anything. I was going to pop on live and do some Q&A for my people, but I'm getting a little sinusy headache.
Oh
So
no.
I know. So maybe tomorrow, I'll be doing that. Other than that, I just have next Friday Arthur again on my channel, which is wonderful. Arthur, Ease Your Mind. But other than that, Wednesday, Sisters of the Mystical Tarot and Messages for Lightworkers, episode 123. That's all I can think of right now because the brain is a little mushy with a little sinus, Oh,
I get it.
I took an antihistamine, but it hasn't started to work yet.
Oh well, I'm sure it will.
It
Um,
will. It
I'm
will.
sure.
I'll be,
We're all going to send you some healing energy.
yes,
So,
please.
yeah, you can let that go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and don't forget for those of you that are members on my channel on Saturday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, it's a members only get together. So depending on how many people are going to join me, and I ask that if you can join us, please send me an email. Don't leave a note on underneath the notice on the posts in YouTube, because what I need is your email address so that I can send you the email invite.
Yes. Right.
And so when you just leave a comment, then I can make note that, yes, somebody's coming, but I don't have your email address. And believe me, I don't do anything with it except save it on my computer and use it to send you out an email saying, here's your invite to
exactly.
Nothing
else. I mean, we're very low carb here, folks. We aren't don't do marketing campaigns to other, sell your names or there's none of that going on in this community.
No. And yes, Norm, Mountain Standard Time, daylight time. So And yeah, so there's that. And then on the 26th is the 6th Shine Your Light event. And just starting to put it together, deciding, who's going to be on. So if you guys have any suggestions on what it is that you would like to learn a little more about during the Shine Your Light event,
Mhm.
same thing. Leave a comment at the end of this video. Send me an email. It's heartcentertarot@outlook.com.
That sounds wonderful.
And I'll see if I can work it in, because I want to make sure that when people come to the event, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to not only feel the energy and spend some time in that beautiful vibration, as we as a collective, we send out a specific message.
Yeah.
And when we do that as a collective, it multiplies exponentially.
So
Definitely.
It does, and it is. So
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Shelley, who said, I don't usually chat, but wanted to thank you, ladies. You are more than welcome.
Thank you, Shelley.
And yeah, some people like to chat, some people just like to sit back, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
That's so, okay. On that note, we will see you next Thursday on Val's channel.
Yes.
And I can't wait to hear and find out what the message is going to be, because they are always absolutely fabulous.
They are.
So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. And Val, as always, thank you for doing this with me.
My pleasure. I could not do it. I mean, you're absolutely why I'm here. Because they put us together for this, and it was my lucky day.
Mine too. Mine too. All right, you guys, have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.